A lot of people might feel like, why are you making videos if no one is viewing it? Why would I waste my time? But the reality is, the reason why I make videos that no one watches is because I understand the impact that YouTube has had on me. I understand the value in what I'm bringing despite the view count. In my younger days, when I was feeling lost, when I was feeling alone, when I felt misunderstood, YouTubers were exactly the people who helped me feel seen because they made videos on topics that I needed to hear in those moments. Growing up, I was always usually a talkative person, but you know, life has its way of beating you down to be like less confident in yourself. I'm a person who has a pretty unique perspective on life, and I tend to see things in ways that a lot of people don't see them, or a lot of people would tend to say I'm overthinking or I'm overanalyzing things, but I tend to be pretty accurate about the things that I say. And based off of me sharing my opinions with people that I was close to, I realized that a lot of people aren't willing to take in information that is beneficial for their life of knowing, or a lot of people feel like, well, why do I need to know this? It doesn't affect me. I just personally feel like I have came to a point where I share so much knowledge with people, and people who are around me tend to not really take in the information that I give. Mind you, the information is really valuable. So I had got to a point where I kind of felt like, well, damn, like no one wants to listen to what I have to say, or no one is really taking the things that I have to say serious, or they feel like I take life too serious. And I got to a point where I started to keep a lot of valuable information to myself because I just felt like, well, no one's really taking in what I'm saying, or no one's really valuing what I'm saying. But when I would have conversations with people who didn't really know me like that, or who actually valued the things that I was saying, they would be like, wow, like this is like good information, or wow, you're wise for your age. And I got to a point where I started to feel like, okay, it's not that what I'm saying is not valuable, it's that certain people don't want to hear it because it's coming from me. And when I say that, I mean like whether it's because I'm younger than them, or whether it's because they see me as the shy, timid girl. But the reality is, I may be quiet, but I'm just a very observant person. I know a lot of things, but you know, it's kind of like speak when you feel like it's necessary to speak. I found myself always trying to extend a hand to help people, but I realized that not everybody wants to be helped, or not everybody wants information to actually change their lives. Some people are genuinely comfortable exactly where they are, or some people just aren't ready for that information, because I'm not gonna lie, like it does take a lot in order for you to grow in life. Sometimes you have to go through some dark mental and emotional things and work those things out in order for you to get to your desired reality. But once I realized that there are people out here who genuinely don't want the best for themselves, or they don't want to put the work in to get the best for themselves, I realized that I had to kind of take a step back and just, you know, like preserve my energy. And I felt like, okay, well, I'm a person where when I was younger, I was always on YouTube. I love long form content. I love getting information from people I don't know, from different walks of life, because I genuinely feel like, okay, I can learn something from you, even if it's not information that I may take and use to my ability. If it's something that I feel like, okay, this fits in with the life path that I want for myself, or if it's something that I can avoid, I'm going to gratefully take the information because it's beneficial to me. And I also realized that when people are always telling me that I'm wise for my age and that I know so much and how do I know these things, it's because of all the information that I am willing to accept. And knowing that I have received a lot of my information from YouTube, because I'm just that type of person. When I want to know something, I'm Googling it, I'm trying to figure out the answer to my question, and I have gotten a lot of those resources and a lot of my information from YouTube. And before I had the confidence, I've always said that I wanted a podcast because I really do believe I have a unique way of thinking, but I just didn't have the confidence to do that, because I remember I made a post one time saying that the internet is brutal, and I never wanted to say the wrong things to offend people. But I also realized that you could be telling truth to people and in a respectful way, and there will be people who will still take offense to it because they're not willing to accept the information. So I did start off small, and I would do like 4-page stories on my Instagram story where I'm like writing out these long paragraphs to basically talk about certain topics. And I had got a lot of great feedback, but I also realized how much it was falling on deaf ears. and it was such great information. So I decided, you know what? Let me come on YouTube, let me start recording videos. And just like how I was when I was younger and I found random creators who were sharing information, I decided that, you know what, I believe that I'm capable of being one of those creators. So I started a YouTube channel, and I'm so happy that I did, because I have gained so much confidence within the time of just having a voice, finding my voice, and feeling like my voice is valuable regardless of who's receptive to it or not. When I post on here, of course, I want it to reach people. I'm sorry, y'all, if you hear the sirens in the background, please excuse them. I live in New York and it's always something going on. But to get back to what I was saying, I have gained so much confidence with starting this channel, and I'm so grateful for the people who felt like my channel was worthy of subscribing to, whether it's for my cooking content, my commentary content, or just whatever content that made them gravitate towards my channel. I'm really grateful, because even if I post a video and just 2 people view it, or I have like 2 people interacting with it, I still feel like I was able to impact someone. It's not about reaching 1 million people. Of course, God willing, if I'm able to do that, I would love that, because my information will be spreading and hopefully changing lives. But if I'm just reaching 1 person, I'm grateful for that, because this is just me and this camera. I could not be talking to anybody, and the fact that someone is receptive to the information I'm giving makes it so much more valuable for me to create this content. And yeah, of course, it'll take time, and I may not have the views, and I may not have the interaction that I would hope for, but I know that I'm doing this with a cause, and the cause is not just views. The cause is to change lives. It's to impact someone to want better for themselves, to do better, and to receive the information that they are seeking, because I was once that person. I was once the person that was feeling lost, or feeling like I just didn't know how to handle a situation. But because there were people confident enough and just courageous enough to open their cameras and record and upload on YouTube, I was able to genuinely grow to be such a knowledgeable person. And it's not just, you know, having knowledge. It's one thing to have knowledge, but it's one thing to have knowledge and apply it. That's what you call wisdom. And I feel like, honestly, I can genuinely say, after just observing society and, you know, of course, like people telling me, I can humbly say that as a 25-year-old, I am really wise for my age. And of course, there's so much more to learn. But again, the reason why I started this channel is to hopefully be an inspiration to people. And even if I'm not getting the views, it's okay. I have people who are on here who are checking me out, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and I appreciate my videos for not falling on deaf ears. And I genuinely feel like when the time is right, God will make things happen. But I also genuinely feel like this content will reach the people that it's supposed to reach. It will touch whoever it's supposed to touch. And again, I'm grateful for that, because that is the whole purpose of me doing this. It's not about the views. It's not about the money. It's not about the clout. To be honest, as an introverted person, I already don't like so much attention. So if I could be rich behind the scenes and not have to put my face out here, I would definitely do that. But because I feel like I just have a particular calling on my life to inspire people, that is why I'm showing up, and that is exactly why I'm doing this. And again, I hope that these videos are helpful for anyone who come across them. YouTubers were exactly the people who helped me feel seen, because they made videos on topics that I needed to hear in those moments. And when I say I am so grateful, I genuinely mean it. Like, I can't tell you how many different creators, how many different videos I have watched, despite the amount of views that the video had. The content was literally so valuable that it made me not feel so alone, and that everything that I was going through in the moment, that I was going to get through it. And I'm just so grateful for all those creators. So because I understand the impact that YouTube has had on me, I understand the value in what I'm bringing despite the view count. So yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in another.